Hi, I'm Barry Sarbanikoff, and you and I have something in common. We're both in front of the computer right now, of course. What else did you think it was? But I am here to speak about how to increase your conversion rate within 30 days using retargeting and, of course, without breaking the bank. So what is retargeting? It is a form of marketing where your target users who previously visited your website are served with banner ads on various display networks. I'll give you an example. Let's say you're looking for a brand new pair of headphones and you go to a website called Headphone Monkey. I don't know if that actually exists, by the way, but if it does, I'm giving them publicity. Awesome. So you're looking at a pair of headphones and your phone rings and it's your friend asking you if he can come over. You say sure. Within 10 minutes he arrives at your doorstep, you open the door and you hang out. You're no longer on your computer browsing for headphones. But a week passes and you see ads from Headphone Monkey appear on your Facebook. You also see their ads on Google+. You also see their ads on Twitter. How is this possible? Well, it's possible through retargeting. Essentially, Headphone Monkey is targeting people who previously visited their website to make sure they come back at some point when they're ready to purchase, in this case, a pair of headphones. So why retargeting? Why is it a method that we here at Permalinks are suggesting it as an effective way to pursue your target market? Well, there's a little bit of a backstory. Your average website has a conversion rate of 2.3%. Now, the conversion rates can mean downloading an ebook, making a purchase, or subscribing to a mailing list. Therefore, 97.7% of visitors will leave your site without taking a particular action. This is a shocking feature. Keep in mind that it is very easy to spend 10 grand on developing a website, putting it together, designing it, making sure all the elements are the way you want it to be. And on top of that, you're really getting 2.3% of your visitors that are converting. So all that money you spend on your website, you have to find another effective way to spike the interest of those 97.7% visitors that left your website for whatever reason. So there are many reasons why 97% of visitors to your website take no action whatsoever. Typically, new visitors are not ready to take action early on in the sales cycle. Instead, early in that sales cycle, consumers want to do research. Keep in mind your competition is always a click away. And clients or potential consumers, they want to do research, find the best brand, find the best price, find the best quality, and all the features they're looking for. That is why retargeting is so important. Retargeting has the opportunity to target your market at a time when they are closer to purchase in the sales cycle. It also takes at least 5 touch points before a purchase. A touch point is any interaction you have with a potential consumer. So for example, a potential consumer coming to your website is one touch point. If they leave their email address and you send them an email, that's a second touch point. If they're on Facebook and they see one of your ads, that's a third touch point. So it takes at least 5 touch points for a person to be comfortable enough to take action on your website. And that is why retargeting is important. It provides another touch point for your consumers. A touch point is something that your consumer actually wants to have. It will help them trust your brand just a little bit more as they proceed down the sales cycle. So one of the benefits to retargeting is the notion that it has 10 times the greater click-through rate than your typical display ad. People that come from retargeting are also 70% more likely to convert. So when they see your ads more often, they start recognizing your brand. They start becoming familiar with it. They start trusting it more. And when they're finally able at that point to make a purchase or to convert, you're the brand they're going to come to. Okay, now that we have shown you that retargeting should be an essential part of your campaign, the question remains, how do you do it effectively? The first tactic I want to speak about that answers that question is to use segmentation. So the people that come to your website have found your website through different methods. One person may have found it through Google, another person through Facebook, another person simply by typing the URL that was printed on a business card they have, or another person may have learned it through a friend of theirs, a frequencer site. They also visit the pages in different fashions. One may click on the About Us page and spend their time there. Another person may read a blog entry and spend their time in the blog. So, considering people find your page or your website in a different fashion and go through it in a different fashion, why do you want to target all of them in the same manner? The typical one banner ad solution does not work anymore. It gets low click-through rates, and because of that, low conversion rates as well. That's where segmentation comes in. Segmentation is the act of targeting particular people that come to your web page in a fashion in which they visit your web page. I know it's a little bit off key, maybe a little bit too general to take in right away, so of course I want to show you an example. This is Noah Kagan from AppSumo. He is the CEO of that company. And he runs a website where he speaks about entrepreneurship. And it really is a guide for anybody that wants to start their own business or anybody that has the entrepreneur spirit. So he has a retargeting campaign. Here you can see his face. He is an incredibly good-looking guy. I mean, Brad Pitt, watch out. If this guy wants to go into Hollywood, he's going to take your position with ease. And on the right, you can see the content. I worked at Facebook, Mint, and started AppSumo. Want to start your own business? Let's go. This is a perfect example of using segmentation. He targeted people that came to his webpage, that read through his blog, that showed an interest in some sort of form of entrepreneurship, and he simply retargets them on Facebook to remind that person that he's still around, to remind that person that this is a blog to read if you want to become an entrepreneur, and eventually lead to higher conversion rates as well. So Noah retargets his market of entrepreneurs chasing the dream as opposed to serving a general ad. And as a result, he has a higher return on investment. How high? I'll show you. He spends over $4,000 and earns over $9,000, a 200% return on investment on retargeting alone. This is another reason why retargeting should be an essential part of your marketing toolbox. To get started with retargeting, look at Google Analytics for common behaviors. So, let's say you have a website about my favorite topic, watches. And you notice that a particular blog entry about Rolex watches gets more attention than Breitling or Longines. So you can retarget people that left your website, showing them an ad about vintage Rolexes and what they are worth. And that ad will take them to a landing page where you collect their email address and they can download an ebook speaking about the attached values to vintage Rolex watches. So if you look for common behaviors, you're bound to come up with ideas on how to start your retargeting campaign. What should a retargeting ad look like? Well, it's best to stay with old school marketing tactics. Call on urgency, scarcity, and social proof to supercharge your retargeting campaign. Use numbers. When you have only a few left in stock, tell them Countdowns. If a sale is ending in 2 days, use a timer to get that urgency across. Here are some examples. So here you have Freshdesk using social proof, trusted by more than 30,000 companies worldwide, and a great call to action, 30-day free trial. Here's an ad from Homestay. Become a host like Renata in Toronto, and another call to action, sign up. Here's an ad for soap, advertising a sale. It's a little hard to see, but on the bottom it says expires Tuesday, February 4th, 2014. I know that passed, but when they ran this ad, it called for an urgency and of course a call to action, get offer. So the retargeting campaign is no different from the old school marketing tactics that have proven time and time again. Tactic 3, you want to use different retargeting networks. Broaden your reach by using Google Display Network, Facebook, and Twitter. But keep in mind, each network has different specifications. For example, Facebook ads have to be static, and only 20% of your ad image can be used for text. While with Google, a small X appears in the upper right-hand corner of your ad. So don't put any text here, don't put a call to action, just keep that as a neutral spot on your ad. And when using Twitter, a promoted tweet has a maximum of 160 characters. These are some of the specifications you want to keep in mind. Of course, the specifications in detail can all be found in their respective website. Tactic number 4, upselling and cross-selling. Upselling through retargeting increases your conversion rates by 3 to 5%. You can create a new audience segment for people who have already converted. You can notify them of a complimentary product or inform them of premium services. So let's go back to our first example of Headphone Monkey. Let's say a person has been retargeted so many times they finally purchase a pair of monster headphones from headphonemonkey.com. That person can then be retargeted through Facebook, Google, and Twitter, and a perfect traveling pouch can be advertised for their monster headphones. That is another way you can use retargeting to upsell and cross-sell and drive more sales towards your products and services. The final tactic I wish to speak to you about is testing your ads. You want to make sure that you test your retargeting ads with different creative elements. Use different headlines, use a different copy, use different images. See which combination works the best. The ones that work the best will have a higher click-through rate and a higher conversion rate as well. Test the mechanics of your ad on top of the creative elements. Test the frequency of your ad. Maybe people only want to see your ad once a week. Test the ad placement. On Facebook, your ad can show up on a feed or in the right-hand side on the sidebar. So you want to make sure you test the mechanics of logistics of your ad as well to make sure you have the best ad possible. Keep in mind that retargeting is a way of bringing back lost sales and a research tool. It could be that what you find through retargeting can have an effect on the way you build your landing pages or the content in your About Us pages, or it could even be a way to create a new piece of content for your blog. So it's a combination of many things that can help you in terms of your online marketing. How do you start a retargeting campaign today? Well, pick one of the tactics that we spoke about in the video and start testing ads. Test the visual, the content, the logistics of the ad, and see which ad works best. Remember, over 90% of your website visitors do not take any action. If you have no retargeting campaign, you're essentially leaving money on the table, and it's time to change that. Now, the fastest and quickest way to get a retargeting campaign up and running is through a program called Retarget Engine. It's a great WordPress plugin that we highly recommend for the newbie. It takes all the guesswork out of retargeting and sets everything up automatically. You'll see a button just below this video, and I want you to click that for your special offer. But keep in mind, it expires in 48 hours. Watch the video. It explains a little bit more about what Retarget Engine does and how it can help grow your business. I'm Barry Serebrennikov, and thank you for taking time out of your busy day to learn more about retargeting.